in the truck, and yes, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chosen Live number 33, I think this is, and a return. I mean, well, where have you gone, Jacob? I personally have not gone anywhere, but you know, Chosen Lives have kind of taken a backseat in recent months. Just a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things going on, but now there wasn't any better time than now to bring back the Chosen Lives. Now, this one is going to be purely dedicated to the Boba Fett trailer. I'm going to be talking a bit about it. I'm going to be going through it. I'm going to be telling you my opinions of it. And it's going to be an old school kind of video where it's just me on my ones with you guys in the chat. Old school. We're going old school, baby. Going old school. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for some folks to get up on in here. I'm going to welcome you all into the chat. And then I'm going to go from here. And I know I said that I would be doing a Robbie stream. Yeah, I'm going to be doing one of them probably during the week. But for now, this needs addressing. Because, yes, exactly, Curious Crow. Damn straight. Jabba rule with fear. Boba will rule with respect. Ow! I love. Oh, honestly, dude. I love that line. Yeah, that's it. Let them know. Let them know. Chosen Life is back, ladies and gentlemen. Let them know. Favorite Star Wars movie? Revenge of the Sith. I'd say the best is Empire Strikes Back, but my personal favorite is Revenge of the Sith. I love that one with a passion. Chosen Vader owner, Lisa, Tom, Tristan. Who else have we got in here? And yeah, Crow and Evan. Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my phone and I'm going to rewatch the trailer. I'm not going to put it on my computer here because copyright will be a real bitch and screw me over. So I'm going to watch the trailer live here for you guys. And yeah, going to rewatch it again just so I can get the nuance that I need. Then I'm going to pull it up on this and then I'm just going to go through it frame by frame, talking a little bit about what I expect of it and where I think the show is most likely going to go. But I tell you, man, oh god, I tell you what, them bringing Boba Fett back is probably the best thing they actually could have done with him. Because in canon, other than his look, he didn't really sell a lot for me, if you know what I mean. Now I'm just going to plug in my headphones. I'm just going to watch the trailer live here because copyright is a real thing. So I'm going to just alternate around and I'm just going to go through it once more with you guys. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen. Isn't that the droid that's always in the castle? Got my trusty bowl. Like, how great for Tamora Morrison is this as well? That the fact that he gets to come back and you know, play the role, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah. Curious Crow Legends Boba is by far and above one of the best, but canon Boba. So this will put him up there. Right. Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect. Love that line. I need the soundtrack to this trailer. I just love the look of it. Just fits. I'm so happy I was right. When the boots were revealed in, I think, episode 5 of season 2. Oh god, that sound. I said, yeah, it's Boba Fett. And I was like, why does everyone think it's Boba Fett? Because it's obviously Boba Fett. But I bet Tamura's just having fun with this. He's like, this is what I wanted with Django more. Have you guys seen that behind the scenes thing where Tamura's like, what's my lines today, George? Any dialogue, George? Speak freely, baby. Got plenty of dialogue in this. Oh, it looks good. And wait for it. Oh, the sound of the ship going across the thing. Whew! Love it. Never gets old. But yeah, essentially, yeah, Tom, it'll be on Disney Plus. This for me, like, there is so much coming. Like the Hawkeye show, Cobra Kai season 4, Spider-Man No Way Home. There is a lot coming, and it's just one of them kind of things where I'm going to be so stretched trying to do everything. I, honest to God, wouldn't be surprised if you see, like, because it's the underworld, if you see references to maybe Darth Maul's unit, like, he'll be dead by this time, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see remnants of what he was trying to build, sort of around and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this trailer looks sick. So I'm going to pull it up in a minute and then I'm going to go through it. But I'm just going to talk a little bit about where I think this show is building towards. In Legends, he was one of the greatest Mandos. In canon, Disney's heritage comes from his father, who was a Mando. He isn't a Mando in canon. Yeah, like he himself is not a Mando, and I think that they done that because he's a clone. Like you can't really, but his father is of Mando origin. He's a foundling. So he's basically like the kids that are they're not born Mandalorian, but they're found by Mandalorians, and they're taken in from young. So I kind of like that they've canonized a portion of it, but the Legends Boba Fett is by far and above the best, in my opinion. I did a trailer reaction video. Oh, nice. But essentially, what I'm looking for within this movie, within this show, is I just want to see even more of that underworld. Like Mandalorian touched on it a bit, but then now Mandalorian's going to make the shift from basically the underworld and doing bounty hunting jobs. Then when the child came into play, and now he's going to be dealing with the Mandalore story, i.e., he'll have the dark saber and he'll probably rule Mandalore, unite all the clans, that kind of thing. That's where I can kind of see him going. But this show will still keep that kind of dark, rigorous sort of tone. And I'm just excited to see Boba Fett in action. I mean, one of the best things about season 2, it was just, could you imagine how great it would have been to not know that Boba Fett was coming back? Like, dude, I would have been losing it and be like, oh no, we never knew. Yes, we knew. They revealed it before the season even aired. They've already revealed it. All right, let's see what people are saying in the comment section. Did you get hyped for when Boba Fett? Dude, I lost it. Not as much as when I saw Luke, but I was like, yes. And when he did the size, when he used the oh, woo! Loved it. From next week, possibly the real hype begins. No Way Home trailer, Cobra Kai trailer, Hawkeye, Cobra Kai, Boba Fett, and obviously Kings of Pop Culture streams. Well, damn straight. That's it. That is exactly it. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the trailer and I'm going to go through it a little bit by little bit. Now, if there's a bit of lag, I apologize. My computer's been acting up a little bit today. But we're gonna truck through it. We're gonna truck through it. So hopefully it should be all right. If anything, I might glitch out in the corner a little bit, but you guys should still be able to hear me. As the saying goes, people are more likely to watch, good audio and crappy video than crappy audio and good video. So, yeah. Okay, let me just bring this into season. Right, hang on. There we go. Right. Book of Boba Fett. So we got just the standard shot of it panning across the space, the plane. And this thing here, I'm pretty sure this is one of the, this always reminds me of the Lego Star Wars games. This thing here, because you'd ride around on it in the Lego Star Wars game to get to the next level. Like it was always key. So yeah, it's from Jabba's palace. But it's crazy. Like it's so surreal that this is the time that we're living in now. That we're back at Jabba's palace. Even though Jabba is done. It's really bizarre. Tom says, nice background. Thank you. Probably not excited for this movie Mobius trailer too. I saw a little bit of that. I'll talk about Mobius a bit later on, but I saw a bit of that. Do you think Mando will appear in Boba Fett? I hope so. I think he will. I think Mandalorian season 2 was just the beginning of where they're going to go with it's really hot in my room. I'm going to change to my vest. Of where they're going to go with this sort of basically what I like to call the Filoni verse, which is Clone Wars, Bad Batch, Kenobi, Ahsoka, Mandalorian, Boba Fett. Like it's all these shows that are kind of interconnected, and they're all kind of linked together. So that's why I said this is the kind of thing where it will it's the sequel trilogy before the sequel trilogy, if that makes sense. Or it's the sequel trilogy that I think most people would prefer. But rock and roll, baby. Boba Fett, Shamoon is in the house. Do you think Jar Jar Binks would have survived if he ate Misa like it, the Quaker Oats. It's a bomb bad cereal. I noticed Boba's face is less scarred and he looks younger. His new Beskar armor is also damaged. Yep. Like, it's crazy to think that his armor was Beskar this whole time. Oh, Lisa, you gotta watch them all. Yeah, I'll touch on Mobius in a bit. I'm not a big fan of the sequel trilogy, to be honest. I like the original trilogy way more. Well, that's fair. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Damn it, Tristan. I'm pretty sure you have, you have your reasons. It makes sense. Everyone looks so young compared to Boba. Yeah, that's because just Tamura's just so like he's just older now, just much older. But I just love the way that this trailer's done. It's very simple. It doesn't give away too much. It just gives us all that we need. And I'm pretty sure that was a pit droid. I'm confident that was a pit droid. Right there. That one there. That's definitely a pit droid. 100%. You know them things that are just always like skulking around on Tatooine, i.e. like with the pod races, and one gets sucked into the engines. Yeah. Connor, hello there. Do we have a release date for it yet? It'll be Christmas time. Wasn't the Aquaman's father? Yeah, Tamura played his father, yeah. But yeah. An establishing shot, love it. And then I like what they've done with the Lucasfilm logo here. They morph it into the same color scheme as Boba Fett's paint and armor design. It's really sick. I feel like this is isn't this the same place that Mando was in season 1? It looks so similar where he first met Grogu. Or is it just me? It looks so similar. Is it the same place or did they reuse the set? Because it looks exactly like it. Hold on, let me check it out. Hang on. Mando. I'm pretty sure it might be. Meets Grogu. Location. It might be the same place. Is it Tython? No, that was somewhere else. But I'm pretty sure it's the same place. It looks so similar. Does anyone in the chat know if this is the actual place? Because it looks exactly like it. If so, that'd be sick that it's got people in it now. And I like how they incorporate Fennec Shan, but I think what we all wanted from Mando to explore the underbelly and stuff, I think Mandalorian season 1 and a portion of season 2 was exploring it a little bit. But I think now that, Grogu is with Luke, or the child or Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call him, and Din Djarin has the Darksaber, I think they're going to take Din Djarin down the Mandalorian route, if that makes sense, leading Mandalore, uniting the clans, bringing them all together, and Boba Fett will carry on the underworld part of the story. That's what I think is going to happen. Because, he's clearly going to be visiting other henchmen or other clans or other gangs, trying to probably bring some order at them. Like, he's basically going to be Star Wars' version of the Kingpin. Oh, God, that sounds so sick. I like this. Nice establishing shot. Sounds like a new location. And then we've got Jabba's throne. We've got Jabba's throne right here. This fat ass ain't in it anymore. And then Bib Fortuna put a nice little chair there and he gets shot. I'm pretty sure they brought back the original actor for Bib Fortuna. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's an end credit scene after Mandalorian season 2 ends where Bib Fortuna's on the throne. He's a bit chunky now. And he's like, "Oh, Boba, we were going to come back for you." And Boba just, bang, dead. Loved it. Fennec Shand, I love this actress. I can Ming-Na Wen. She's great. Voice of Mulan as well. But I love just the simplicity of it. Like it's very simple, but it's so powerful. It doesn't need to be anything more than what it is, if that makes sense. I think it's different because it probably just looks similar because Tatooine and the planet where Grogu, yeah. And this is the problem, like, with Star Wars at the moment. Can we stop going to sand planets? Like, enough. No more sand planets. Give me something fresh. Give me something new. That's one thing I liked about episode 9 was Exegol. It was different. It was a different place. And then we went back to Pasana, another sand planet. Like, stop with the sand planets. Everyone made fun of that Anakin line of, "I don't like sand." I think that line is starting to apply even more now because, come on, it's ridiculous. It makes no sense for a clone Mandalorian bounty hunter to succeed as part-time boss. The Hutt Council won't allow it. Yeah, but the thing is, by this time, like Jabba was the one that kept it all together. Like you can even see in Clone Wars that Zero the Hutt was like, okay, I'm gonna get the fuck out of Dodge. Like even Zero the Hutt was like, okay, you know. So I think Jabba was the one that held it together. And now that Jabba's no longer there, it kind of threw it all into chaos, like a power vacuum. That's all it is. Like I don't think the Hutt Council are going to be extremely happy, but at the end of the day, there's nothing that they can really do about it. Jabba held all the cards that kept it together. It's like if the Kingpin in Marvel was leading the line. He has a lot of, followers and that kind of stuff, but you know, other people would step up to the plate or they would take over because it's a power vacuum. And yeah, do you know what, Dermot? That's a great point. I honestly think we could see Rotta in live action. You know, the little baby Jabba the Hutt from the Clone Wars movie. You know, and Ahsoka's like, "Oh, he's so cute," and Anakin's like, "Just wait until you see what he'll grow into." I think we might actually see Rotta in the flesh, and he'll be like, "Ah!" Yeah, that's 5 in Hutt years. Yeah. I don't watch Star Wars, but the scenes I have seen from some of the shows and movies are sand locations. Yeah, it's just enough with the sand planets now. No more. Because it's not good enough for me. Oh, God. If Ahsoka met him again, Jesus. It would be funny if she said, man, my master was right. You are different. Anakin told me he would grow into something else. Like that. Nice little title card. And that is a beautiful shot. That would make for a great wallpaper. You know, that looks like one of the loading screens on Battlefront 2 when you're about to load up Jabba's palace as a map and, you know, you're about to go and play heroes versus villains or one of the game modes. And that would be like the loading screen. Sick. Really like it. Really, really like it. Like they've captured how the detail of Jabba's palace so well. And it's crazy to think that during this time, you've got Luke with Grogu, you've got Ahsoka out there, you've got Han and Leia. You know, this is a good time to explore. Like these shows, what they're going to do is they're going to fill in so much of the gap that's left between episode 3 and 4 and episode 6 and 7. They're going to fill in that gap. And I'm confident, I'm absolutely confident that the Bad Batch, Clone Wars, Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian, Ahsoka, all of that, Kenobi, they're all going to connect as part of the Filoni-verse. It's basically the sequel trilogy that we should have gotten, but it's the sequel trilogy before the sequel trilogy, if that makes sense. Said that earlier. And I love this. We're going to see more of the Trandoshans. I really wanted to see more of these guys. Ever since that we started to see more of them in Clone Wars, I've always wanted to see more. And this could be an opportunity to explore the problem that the Trandoshan species has with Wookiees, because as you know, they don't like each other at all. They really don't like each other. So there's opportunity there. Wouldn't it be funny if Boba Fett interacts with Han again and Han's like, I thought I killed you. No, you missed. But, you know, that's all contingent on if... I mean, they could get Billy Lord to play Leia again, with the family's blessing, of course. You could maybe get Alden to play Han, but because it's Return of the Jedi, like it would look different. So you'd need to do what you did with Luke. But I like how Boba's like in this. He's not just. He reminds me a lot of Jason Statham's character Deckard Shaw from Fast and Furious 7. He's, you know, and in the documentary behind the scenes of that, he's like, I didn't want to kill indiscriminately. I wanted to have laser-like focus on what I did and didn't do. You know, that's the vibe I get from Boba. He has a code. He has honor. And in the original trilogy, I'm going to be honest, I don't think that was there. It felt like that he was just there to do a job. He was just there to be a bounty hunter and get killed by a blind man. So the fact that he survived in Legends always made me happy because, oh, come on, like the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, and he goes out like that. Yet Django takes on multiple Jedi, kills one in seconds. But Boba Fett now, though. Boba Fett now. Hell yeah. A nice shot of them looking over. Like I'd be very interested to see the nuance that Fennec Shand has. I mean, she's in Bad Batch as well briefly, and this is what I'm saying. I think all the shows are going to start to connect, even the animated ones. Bit of John Wick action. I love his blaster. Like, I'm so more annoyed that they cancelled updates for Battlefront 2 because everyone would have loved this skin for Boba. That skin for Boba right there. New paint job. He's got the cloak. Like, I mean, come on, EA. I would have given them money for it. Twi'leks. That will never get old. That shit and that sound will never, ever, 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 ever get old. I honestly love it. Just brings chills every single time. Love it. Really love it. And what's good for me about this is Boba's just kind of sat there, like he's always in control. You know, they're testing him, they're challenging him, and he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna just take a sip of my, blue milk or whatever it is. I'm gonna take a sip of this, and I'm about to, lay the smackdown on them. So Boba's helmet's just on the floor there. You know, it's like, oh, he's decapitated like Django. No, 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 no. That's not happening here. He's fighting these guys, obviously surrounded, and then he's going to find some way to get out of it. Like this, yeah, just going to go to absolute town on him. And I'm happy for Tamura as well because he enjoyed playing Django, but he never really got a lot to do, And even in the behind the scenes, he's like, "What's my lines today, George? Any dialogue, George?" So he's got plenty of dialogue in this, and they can really make it feel like Boba Fett is Django's son, as much as he's a clone. He's an unaltered clone. He's technically still his son. And I want to see more of that story because what was great about when Baby Yoda, Grogu, or whatever was taken by the Dark Troopers up to Moff Gideon's ship, Boba started it. I guarantee you, Boba was instantly reminded of when he lost his father. Like he saw his father beheaded. Like I guarantee you, that's what it reminded him of. Do I think Mace Windu could appear in this show? I'm gonna say no. Like if Mace Windu was going to appear, he would have done it before, like 4, 5, or 6. Do I think Mace Windu could be brought back in some way? Yeah, for sure. But it would have to be earned. Like it's one of them kind of ones where Boba Fett you can look at surviving because they make it explicitly clear in Return of the Jedi you will be slowly digested over 1,000 years. Like so you could look at that and go, okay, okay, he's number one bounty hunter. Okay, and he's visibly left with scars. Like he's got metallic cyborg parts all over his body, so he left with damage. Darth Maul was brought back for. I mean, they used Night Sister magic, but if we're being real, it was because they wanted to bring him back because we, the fans, love Darth Maul. I mean, who doesn't? Even casuals and normies love Darth Maul. But I don't want them to start cheapening death. That's the only thing. But Mace Windu is probably the only other person at a stretch I would be okay with if they earn it, if there is a story to be told, with that. And I just love how he's so chill on the throne. He's just like, yeah, this is my seat, my house. And she's like, yeah, you know what? I've just had a thought. No, because the Rancor is dead, isn't it? Luke killed the Rancor. I was going to say that maybe this scene here is foreshadowing that there's like a Rancor down there. And when he says, speak freely, when they start to, challenge him with stupid opinions, bye. But I think as, Boba puts it, he intends to rule with respect. But that is already going to become a meme. Speak freely. I love it. I love it. I told everyone ever since we saw his boots in episode 5, I'm sure it was episode 5 of season 2, that was Boba. And they were like, oh, why do you think it's Boba? Okay, Boba's boots make that sound. That looks like Boba's boots. It's on the same planet, coincidentally, where he disappeared. They didn't reveal who it was at all. And they had Fennec working with someone there as well. It's just like, come on. And then not much longer later, they revealed Tamora Morrison's there looking at the twin sons. Like, it was right there. But yeah, this is a really solid trailer. It doesn't give too much away, which is what I like, but it gives just enough to get me on board, to get me in the seat. And I love that. It has the sound of the ship as it goes past. But I really, really enjoyed this trailer. I think it was what it needed to be. And we're just going to get a lot of detail on Boba going forward. I think that's the main thing, especially for me. All right, who else is in the chat now? Who else is in the chat? I'm still annoyed that Disney renamed Slave One into a mere starship. Yeah, I think that was mostly just on other stuff, but I think that it's still actually called that. Yeah. Boba is more of a crime boss. He's not just killing indiscriminately. He has a code. Darth Vader better be in Boba Fett. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Chosen One, Darth Vader is not going to be in Boba Fett. He's dead. He cannot be in Boba Fett because he's dead. He's gone. Anakin could be as a Force ghost, but I don't see why Anakin would need to even interact, let alone, like talk, like even think of Boba Fett. He's already coming into the Ahsoka show and whatnot. So, yeah, there's no reason for Darth Vader to be in Boba Fett because he's dead. He cannot be in Boba Fett because he's dead. I wonder if they're going to calm down with having stormtroopers. I mean, there won't be as many in this one, so, it's going to be more like criminals and gangs, that kind of stuff. Hey, Cobra Kai, well, what's up, dude? Yeah, context. Yeah. Don't overuse my phrase. But essentially, the way this show is going, it's early days, but I just really like the look and the aesthetic of it. It just feels natural. It just feels like a good progression for his character. And I think some of the highlights of season 2 for me was Boba and Mando just working together. And when they're talking about infiltrating the base, Mando or Din looks at Boba and he's like, Fett. And he's like, let's just say they might recognize my face. Because it's true. Because it's absolutely true. I'm 100% sure this is a pit droid. You know that? Like those things. It's a pit droid, 100%. Let me have a little look at a pit droid's head. One sec. Hey, Jamie, what's up, man? Yeah, 60 days. Yeah, okay. I get it. I'm confident it's a pit droid, like without the antennas up. I'm sure it's a pit droid. How dope would it be if Boba gets like a pit droid that's like a little caretaker of the whole palace? That'd be sick. Yeah, gonk droids are always amazing. They're always a win. Yeah, I really enjoyed this trailer. Really, really good. If there is any Easter eggs that I've missed, I'm sure the Star Wars lore neckbeards will, or the heavy, sweaty ones will really delve into it and find it. So I'll be watching a lot of those videos after too. But I just love the way the trailer, like, it doesn't give too much away. It is what it needs to be, and it doesn't need to be anything more than what it is. But essentially, like this is my favorite image. It's just this. It's just him sat on the throne, speak freely. Like, it's basically his way of saying, "Go on, let's see what you got to say." And if you say something that's a bit, then that's what's going to happen. That is exactly what's going to happen. But it's coming this December, so can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. It says it's streaming December 29th. Oh, that's close. Oh, we're getting Cobra Kai right after that. Oh, that's close. Oh God, I'm gonna have such a great week that week. You got Christmas Day, Home Alone watch party that we're doing with the rest of the guys. You got Book of Boba Fett December 29th, and then you got Cobra Kai season 4, literally a couple of days later. Oh, then you got No Way Home around the same kind of vein as well. So lots to look forward to. But I like that we're gonna get to see more aliens and more species, which is cool. Like, it's always nice to see them in the background, but I want to see them take an active role in the story. That's one thing I can really appreciate what Jar Jar was for, was to take an active role in the story. Oh, dude, Cobra Kai World, you got to watch some more Star Wars, man. You got to watch some more. Check out Clone Wars. And yeah, dude, Star Wars Visions was absolutely sick, right? My favorite episodes are the first one with Ronin, like a samurai Sith that stays a Sith, but he doesn't want anything the hell to do with this Sith. I love that. That is so flipping good. Then you've got the episode, The Ninth Jedi, I think it was, where you have like the 10 Jedi all together in unison, and they're fighting, and then all of them are like rogue or whatever, and there's like 3 of them that are good. That was sick. Also the one where you have basically the Qui-Gon Jinn lookalike, and what Finn should have been lookalike, fighting that Sith type warrior. Those were my three favorite. Those were dope. It depends. Like, I'm still kind of in two minds, about a Cobra Kai watch party. Like, I'll see how it go, because I like to sometimes just absorb the story. I like to take it in. I like to sort of, let it nourish for myself. What are you more hyped for, No Way Home or Boba Fett? Oh, No Way Home for sure. Like, Boba Fett's gonna be sick, but come on, it's No Way Home. It's Spider-Man's Endgame. I mean, come on. But yeah, I really do like this trailer. It's very, very simple as well. Like, I didn't really feel like doing a video breaking it down. Like, I think when news and stuff like this happens, I'm just going to do Chosen Lives, just talking a little bit about it. And the good thing is, once this stream like goes up, I'm sure people will be actively looking for, Boba Fett discussion. So hopefully it'll bring some more Star Wars fans to the space as well. Because I really want to start doing some more Star Wars stuff too. I really, really do. Like, we're just in, like, what a time to be a Star Wars fan. Like, you can have your opinions on the sequel trilogy. Oh, it sucks. It ruined my childhood. Get out. Go and cry about it. But Mandalorian's sick. Kenobi's looking promising. Ahsoka's looking promising. There's just so much to look forward to and to enjoy with what's to come. Bad Batch, while it has a lot of filler, characters like Crosshair are fucking amazing. Clone Wars got the finale that it deserved years ago. There's lots to like about it. There really is. Just great stuff all around. You can tell this is a Chosen Live because I've got a big bottle of water or juice, but never gets old. Never gets old. But let me see what some articles are saying. Let me see what some articles are saying. Six highlights from the Boba Fett trailer. All right, that'll do. That'll do. We can highlight that. I can quantify that. We can talk about that. We can talk about that. Oh, I'm full screen. Oh, it should have ruined my childhood. That was pretty funny. Yep, tis true. Another Robbie video. Yes. It's all very exciting. Oh, it's on the Star Wars website. Perfect. Absolutely friggin' perfect. Love it. Do 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 do. I'll read through the article. 6 highlights from the Book of Boba Fett trailer. Watch the trailer now and see brand new key art for the upcoming Lucasfilm series. Action-packed trailer debuting December 29th. Oh, I didn't even realize that the Slave One ship was just above them in the corner. That's sick. It looks like the portals of Endgame. Like Boba Fett and Fennec Shan just show up, to help Cap. And he's like, speak freely, Cap. But no, it's the twin sons of Tatooine. Man, Anakin would be pissed. Look at all that sand. First teased in a surprise end credit sequence following the Season 2 finale of The Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett continues the adventures of Boba and Fennec Shand as they navigate the underworld and stake their claim on the territory once ruled by Jabba the Hutt and his crime syndicate. Man, that's also, we can get a lot of backstory in regards to that as well, because other than like legends, it'd be interesting to see more of what Jabba the Hutt's family got up to, other than the stuff we know. Now, with our first glimpse at the series, we find Boba Fett looking to make his mark through unity and respect instead of sheer domination. Watch the thrilling new trailer for yourself below, then read on for our favorite moments. Return to Jabba's palace. With the Bomar monks skittering across the sand, we're transported back to Tatooine and the palace where Jabba the Hutt once reigned. But it quickly becomes clear that things have changed since the days when the slimy crime boss was collecting carbonite scoundrels, Han Solo reference, wink wink, as wall decor and sending anyone who crossed him into the pit with his pet Rancor. That's also true. That's very, very true. Bomar Monk, Star Wars. Haven't seen these guys in ages. Yeah, they basically, Bomar monks they believed in, they were like an order that believed in isolating themselves from all physical kind of thing. So essentially, what the droid is at the start is actually a Bomar monk. But they're very strange creatures. Very, very strange creatures. I mean, they literally carry their brains in their tank. It's really weird. Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect. See, he's been watching Fast and Furious. He knows. Like, imagine if like he races someone with his ship. He's like, I owe you a 10-second ship. An empty throne, a tense standoff, and Boba Fett showing he isn't hiding behind his dented helmet punctuate the symbol Creed. And with a sideways glance, it seems his partner, the fearless Fennec Shand, is ready for whenever his new adventure takes him. Now, if you guys have seen the deleted scene from Clone Wars Season 7 of Cad Bane and Boba Fett duking it out, I think that scene is now longer. I think it might still be canon, but I don't think Cad Bane's going to be dead because Cad Bane, as we now know, is in Bad Batch. So either that scene happened and they both just survived, or maybe the scene didn't happen in that kind of way, and Boba Fett's helmet still got dented, but Cad Bane somehow survived it. So I think this opens the opportunity to see Boba Fett and Cad Bane duke it out in live action. Like, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I would put money on it. Like, just the same way, like, I wanted to see Cody and Rex go at each other in Rebels, and I think it was a missed opportunity not having them do it. But I think with Clone Wars coming to an end and then Bad Batch sort of really showing the phasing out of the clones and all that kind of stuff, I think what's going to happen is you're going to see Cody and Rex go at it in Bad Batch. That's what's going to happen. 100%. Friends or enemies, from an Ithorian or some authority to a table of former Hutt allies, the trailer is filled with familiar alien species among the denizens of the underworld. But who among this hive of scum and villainy will prove to be friends or foes? Good point. That score. I love how they compliment themselves. They're like, yeah, that score was sick. It's like, it's because it's from you guys. Building on the music that reintroduced the bounty hunter and the Mandalorian, that string composition playing throughout the trailer is gritty with a sense of urgency. Let's go back to here, see what the people in the chat are saying. On a side note, I really hope we see more of Temuera Morrison's Maori stick fighting skills. I hope the choreography will be good in general. Yeah. I mean, he's a Maori warrior, so it makes sense. Hype is real, but these... yeah, No Way Home stuff. Yeah. Anakin and Flint Marco would not let... No, they would not get along well. Really enjoyed your Cobra Kai video today. Oh, thanks, Cobra Kai Wellman. Cheers, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, leaks are just ridiculous. Guys, comment also, are you happy that Chosen Lives are back? I'm going to start doing more of them when like news breaks and that kind of stuff. Instead of maybe me doing reactions, I'm going to do live streams. Surrounded. Boba and Fennec are outnumbered, but that doesn't mean the two scrappy survivors are outmatched. Not by a long shot. Just one look at Temuera Morrison's wide-eyed rage, and you know whoever picked that fight with Boba is in trouble now. Hell yeah. Like that right there is one of my favorite shots of the trailer. This. I love it. If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie. It's a great line spoken with precision by calm by Ming-Na Fen Wen as Fennec Shand. Statement or a threat? We'll have to watch this series to find out. The Book of Boba Fett stars Temuera Morrison, Ming-Na Wen, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, Robert Rodriguez, Kathleen Kennedy, and Colin Wilson are the executive producers. Karen Gilchrist, I might have butchered that, and Carrie Beck serve as co-executive producers, with John Bartnicki producing and John Hampion as co-producer. For more on Boba Fett, yada, 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 yada. Teaser art. Ooh. But yeah, honestly, it looks good. I honestly cannot wait to see it. Let's tell you what. Let me find another thing. My favorite Star Wars show, Tristan? Oh, it's Clone Wars by a country mile. Like, Mandalorian's great, but Clone Wars was so... It was just so key to my childhood. And it makes the prequels so much better. Like, I love the prequels, but it expands upon so much. Dude, if they release Season 4 trailer, I'm doing an all-night Chosen live. Right, let's see what another website's saying. Everything we know about Book of Boba Fett. All right, okay, let's do that one. I'm glad Chosen Lives are back. Thanks, Lisa. Come back. Clone Wars will always reign as the best. Let them know, Curious Crow. Let them know. Exactly. Honestly, anyone who hasn't watched it, watch it. Keep telling people. Mandalorian looks really good, but I go watch the movies. Tristan, bro, watching. Seriously, start watching. You won't be disappointed. There's some of the have to truck through it, but you'll like it. Okay, excitement and speculation. Joy journey will be Fennec Shan, the mercenary he rescued in Mandalorian, and seemingly indebted to him. That's right. That's right. It was in the first season that that Boba appeared with the boots. After episode 5, I think it was. So yeah, it was Boba Fett all along. Ha ha! I told everyone. No one fucking believed me. The only other actor confirmed to be in the series so far is Jennifer Beals, who briefly appears in the trailer as a Twi'lek. Her purpose in the series remains to be seen. In fact, we're not ever sure if her appearance is a one-episode guest stint or something long-term. But from a brief moment, the trailer suggests she's running whatever establishment Finn and Shan just walked up to. And if we might indulge in more speculation, now this is the comment that I live for. We imagine the other bounty hunters from the Empire Strikes Back, Dengar, IG-88, Bosk, Zukus, and Forlom may appear at some point. Also, there may be room to do an episode on Jodo Kast, the imposter Boba Fett who appeared in the expanded universe while Fett himself recuperated from his encounter with the Sarlacc. That would be sick. We could really do that. Like, I honestly thought they were going to do that with the guy who was with Timothy Olyphant's character, Cobb Vanth. I thought that's what they were going for, but no, Cobb Vanth was just wearing his armor. And bring Cobb Vanth back. Seriously, Timothy Olyphant absolutely crushed it. Come to think of it, revealing how he actually survived his seeming death scene in Return of the Jedi would make for a strong chapter as well. Yes. Also, you have to wonder how long before Fett's actions in Jabba's palace attracts the attention of Cobb Vanth, Timothy Olyphant. Oh, see? I'm psychic. Other elements on Tatooine or even the other huts. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. One last speculation, as we suggested earlier, Din Djarin may make an appearance in the series as the voice seemingly emanating from a translator while an Ithorian is on screen. Sounds like, yeah, that's what I was saying. It sounded like Djarin, or at the very least Pascal. We also imagine Djarin will be interested in Fett's activities following the events of the second season and whatever agreement he and Bo-Katan made about the Darksaber. Like I say at this point, screw Bo-Katan, keep the Darksaber, but definitely have him in this. On the production side, and then I read that on the other page. It's not a replacement for Mandalorian. Yes, this is what I saw floating around all over the place. They're like, oh my god, Boba Fett's getting a show. He's replacing the Mandalorian. No. Stop it. That's not what it's about. As Favreau clarified during his GMA appearance, the Book of Boba Fett will come before the third season of The Mandalorian, but not replace it. Well said. In fact, Favreau said the third season will pretty soon follow the Book of Boba Fett in terms of production. There you go, hand in hand. Whether or not this means the new season will stream immediately after Fett concludes is anyone's guess. It is rather clear, however, that Mandalorian will return sometime in 2022. It's crazy to think that we're near 2022. Like, time has just literally flown. Who'd have thought after episode 9 we'd be in this kind of position? The year 2022 appears to be the big one for Star Wars and Disney Plus, with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Andor debuting alongside that third season of The Mandalorian. There is also the potential for at least one other live-action Star Wars project to join that group as well. It is part of the post-Return of the Jedi timeline. Now, this is what I was saying earlier on when they said, hey, I hope Darth Vader's in the show. Darth Vader cannot be in the show. He's dead. He cannot be in the show because he's dead. Darius, my brother, man. Can't wait for Book of Boba. You're damn straight, man. Honestly, it's going to be sick, man. What do you think of the trailer, bro? Lisa, thank you. Thank you. Everyone, if you haven't already, raise a pint to Lisa in the chat. Thank you for the £5, Lisa. Thank you. I really appreciate that. May the force be with you. Well, you see, the thing is, Bo-Katan earned the Darksaber initially for me, but I just feel like right now, Din Djarin now no longer has Grogu. It is the perfect time for Din Djarin to rule Mandalore and bring the clans together. That's what I would do. That's personally what I would do. Anyone hyped for GTA Definitive Edition? It looks cool, but yeah. But hello, everyone in the chat. I've seen some FaZe, welcome. Lee, welcome. Hope Rocky's doing good. And yeah. FaZe, yeah, I mean, honestly, like Darius, this is coming out December 29th. Like, we've got that. We've got No Way Home stuff around that time. Cobra Kai Season 4 is literally a couple of days later. Like, happy Christmas to me, baby. Or happy Christmas to us. Happy Christmas to us. Now, back to the article. So when someone says, oh, Darth Vader better be in this show, he's dead. He cannot be in this show. because he's dead. Anakin could be in the show as a Force ghost, but I'm pretty sure the last thing on Anakin's mind is, I need to talk to Boba Fett. They barely interacted. Okay. It is part of the post-Return of the Jedi timeline. There. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my Luke Skywalker. Alongside the Ahsoka series, the Book of Boba Fett will take place in the era 5 or so years after Return of the Jedi. For lack of an official name, we'll call it the New Republic era. Oof! In an echo to the early expanded universe novels, games, and comics. It is a time when the newly established Republic faces a lot of backlash from Imperial enclaves and plenty of internal tensions the Rebel Alliance set aside to combat the Empire. That's what that's what I love about these shows, is they're filling in the gaps. Clone Wars fills in the gaps of the prequels. Bad Batch fills in the gaps between 3 and 4 in terms of the clone troopers getting phased out. We're bringing the stormtroopers in. The clones get pushed to the side. The Kenobi show is going to be about, Obi-Wan maybe saying, look, Anakin, I can reach out to him. I can try. He goes to fight Anakin, realizes there's no hope, and he's like, you know what? I made a mistake, Yoda. I made a mistake, Qui-Gon. I'm going to stay here with Luke. I'm going to watch over him, and he's the new hope. He's the new hope that this galaxy needs. Ahsoka is going to be about progressing forward, going with Sabine Wren, trying to find Ezra. Then you've got Anakin's Force Ghost probably in the show, or even a flashback, her and Anakin interacting after everything that's happened in live action. You've got all these like connections and these little things that are happening. And one thing I really want in one of the shows is a Clone Wars flashback. Temuera Morrison as Captain Rex, Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, Hayden Christensen as Anakin, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. Ooh! I'm looking forward to that. It's going to happen. It'll be a missed opportunity. Unlike the sequels, they won't do that. It'll be a missed opportunity if they don't. So they'll do it. That is, and one thing I want to say on that is, look how quickly Hayden was signed up to like 2 series. It's not for a lack of him being apprehensive about coming back. They just never reached out to him for the sequels, or even Ewan McGregor for that matter. They just got him to record one line of dialogue to Rey in Force Awakens, and then a line of dialogue in Episode 9. But I'm not going to get into that. But as I said, the sequel trilogy is what it is. We leave it there, and this is the sequel trilogy before the sequel trilogy. The sequel trilogy we should have got with the characters we actually give a shit about. In the nicest way possible. I love Ben Solo. I love Finn's potential. Rey's cool. Poe's suave, but they just don't utilize it enough. But it is what it is. And the kids who grew up with those movies, that'll be their Star Wars. So I say let them enjoy it and just have the shows build around it. That issue will be likely be covered more closely in Ahsoka or the 3rd season of The Mandalorian, but it will also factor into Fett, as organized crime is constant in the Star Wars galaxy. That's what I mean. These shows could go on for ages. The Boba Fett one, it could go on for a long time. I'm talking like 7 seasons. As essential as the government's inability or apathy to police it, we'll hazard a guess to show that a more focused on scum and villainy made a standalone Fett series attractive to Favreau and Filoni as they devised the Mandalorian spin-offs. Well, assuming the series is just about Fett, becoming the godfather of space, as we've already seen, he's the man of his word, and it is possible the resources of the Hutt criminal enterprise could be utilized in some other goal. Exactly. Looking forward to it. That shot right there, that is dope. Man sitting on the throne. Hell yeah. During the Investor Day presentation, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy mentioned the Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and now seemingly defunct Rangers of the New Republic would culminate in an event. Presumably, Fett will be part of this culmination as well, and we wouldn't be surprised if it's all leading to the liberation of Mandalore. What was I just saying? What was I just saying a minute ago? I was just saying this. As we've seen in The Mandalorian, Kryze is still trying to free it from Imperial remnant control, even as most people assume the planet was, as Fett put it, turned to glass. She's also still trying to be its ruler, which may lead to some conflicts with Din Djarin in the future. I mean, this is the nuance, is that, I feel like it was just an excuse for me to say that word again, but I feel like there's a setup here for all the shows to connect in a really big way, and I think Mandalore is so key to it. So I wouldn't be surprised if the big event where all these shows culminate together is like against Thrawn on Mandalore. Like, oof! Good potential. Like, it's good. But if Din Djarin decides to lead the liberation effort himself, he will no doubt call on Fett to help. Exactly. Perhaps even offering the boon of legitimizing him as a Mandalorian. Yes, that would be reason enough to barge into Jabba's palace and kill Bib Fortuna. Like, this is it. Like, I mean, Din Djarin has honor. Boba Fett has honor. They both have honor. They both respect each other. I guarantee you, Din is gonna have like Boba on speed dial. Like they're best buddies. You know, like Din will be like, "Hey, Boba, I need some help over here. Can you come help?" And then Boba will be like, "Yeah, I'm on my way." You know, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I can just see them two working together so well. Then again, having fulfilled his promise to help Din Djarin recover Grogu, Fett may be acting on his own. Either way, it's clear the Book of Boba Fett will have a lasting impact on this New Republic era. Yeah, for sure. It is set to debut December 2021. As the next chapter of the New Republic era, the Book of Boba Fett premieres on December 29, 2021. It's still unclear how long the book will be, although 8 episodes is a reasonable expectation. However, as seen with the upcoming Andor, a 12-episode order is also possible. I'm going to come back to the chat. The last episode of Boba Fett is February 16, 2022. Yeah, because that'll be about 8 episodes then. They gave Rey the Poochie treatment, tried to make her cool without explanation. Yeah, essentially. I think the shows are also going to set up Palpatine's plan and what becomes the First Order as well. Regardless of how people feel about the sequels, it's part of the timeline. Yeah, and with that, I just want us to get this off my chest. Like, they need to stop changing existing canon to fit this mistake that they made. Like, they've changed the rule of two around a bit. Like, Palpatine wanted to create like a dyad with Plagueis and then Anakin. That's not the character of Palpatine. Palpatine never wanted to do that. Palpatine has always been for himself, by himself. He has no reason to create a dyad. That's just them shoehorning it in there to make Ben and Rey's dyad mean more. I just personally, if I was them, I would have just had it as been like a folklore tale, like unseen for generations, that maybe the history books don't even know about it. Like, they could have gone that route. But yeah, you're right, man. Like, regardless of how people feel, like, they are canon. They're always going to be canon. And it's just about building around it and working around it, at least for me. Bo-Katan kidnaps Baby Yoda, instantly regrets it. Oh god, it sounds like a good Darman video. I don't think she ever earned it, since she couldn't even protect and be a good Mandalorian in the first place. She also never defeated anyone for the Darksaber. No, that's a good point, Crow. Crow, that is a good point. That's a fair point. It's Din's time. Sometimes the best leaders are the ones that don't want to be leaders. Yeah, damn straight. Because they respect the power. They respect the power. That's what it is. Thrawn is without a doubt one of the greatest characters in Star Wars. He's just an absolute master. Like, put it this way. If Star Wars Rebels was Revenge of the Sith in terms of like rating, like rated 12, Thrawn would have absolutely decimated the Rebels. Like, plot really holds Thrawn back. Thrawn is smart as hell. And this is the thing. You can hide from Darth Vader. You can hide from Palpatine. You can't hide from Thrawn. He'll find you. And the way he finds you isn't using Force magic. It's using trajectory, character history, character detail. He finds these things out about you and will find you in any kind of way. And yeah, we got the Mobius trailer tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. King, what's up, bro? How are you, man? But yeah, like, it's a turning point for sure. Like, I really feel like there's a lot with these shows that's going to be a brand new approach to the story. At least that's what I personally feel. Okay, let's see what some other articles are are saying, and then I can just kind of go on some more. Hang on, let me see. Let me type in some Easter eggs, because some Easter eggs I even miss. Den of Okay, this will be a cool read. But let me know in the comment section if you want me to do more of these, like when trailers drop and stuff, because I'll happily do more. I've missed doing Chosen Lives. Bo-Katan used to be a terrorist that took over Mandalore as well. Everything that happened there is indirectly partly her fault. That is absolutely true. Mystic Skywalker, you've arrived at the perfect time, sir. We're talking about Boba Fett. Perfect timing. All right, get rid of that. I don't know why that's playing. All right. Okay. Yes. We value your privacy. Yeah. Man, look at him. Look at him here. He's just sipping it like, Send a message 1 sec. But yeah, comment in the chat, guys, if you want me to do more of these, because I will happily do more. Like anything that we get more on Hayden. Like I'm tempted to do a chosen live on Hayden. Jacob hates ads. Yeah, they're annoying. They're just like, get out of my way. I'm trying to read. It's just like, oh, maybe Jacob wants an advert. Oh, gotta get that ad revenue. It's like, get that shit out of there. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see whatever that was for knitting or kittens or whatever. Like, I'm trying to read about Boba Fett. Get that out of there. Get it over there. Get it over there. In the book of Boba Fett, the bounty hunter is taking full advantage of his new lease on life. No longer content to work for greedy crime bosses like Jabba the Hutt, Boba Fett is starting his own crime syndicate. Man, fucking hell, man. Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, like, oh, God. You guys know what you're doing. You guys know exactly what you're doing. On Tatooine. But that won't be easy, as the first trailer for the new Disney Plus series shows he will have to deal with rival gangs, dissent from within, and even his own past as a merciless killer. Yep. Will Boba really be able to carve out a new path for himself, or will he eventually fall back into his old ways? Well, it'll be a bit of both, isn't it? Oh, and we got... and also we got the Hawkeye show as well. Got all that as well. Oh, God, Christmas is going to be... I'm going to be so stacked. Like, happy Christmas to me. Whew, I'm going to be stacked. Still got to do a Halloween Kills video this week. Moira Morrison is Boba Fett. I mean, come on. Like, we know about that. If you love Star Wars lore, perhaps the most important aspect of the Book of Boba Fett is how it will further separate Disney canon Boba from Legends Boba. It's clear from this trailer that Boba's new goal is to become the next big crime lord, replacing the long-dead Jabba, and bringing the Hutt's captains under his rule. The former bounty hunter, he says no longer one in the trailer, took his first step to that goal by killing off Bib Fortuna and taking Jabba's palace for himself. Next, he'll need to get the other leaders of Jabba's crime syndicate on board. The journey is very different to the one taken by Legends Boba, who isn't interested in becoming a crime lord. In fact, after he escaped the Sarlacc pit, he went right back to bounty hunting, using reports of his death to his advantage to operate in secret for the most discreet clients. Legends Boba did settle down eventually. That's true, he did. But not as a crime lord. He actually ended up becoming the leader of the Mandalorian people. Yeah. Like, I don't want Nando's. Get that advert off there. I don't think he's going to rule Mandalore. I think that's going to go to Din Djarin. But I think Boba is going to be key. Like I love the bromance between Boba and Din. Like, I love it. It's sick. It's so good. Like when they go and recruit Mayfield, Bill Burr's character Mayfield, and then Boba just walks out the ship. And he's like, "Oh, I thought you were another guy." And then Din walks out. It's just like, oh. But I'm saying earlier to those who have just joined that Rotter the Huttlet, who was in the Clone Wars movie 2008, I think he might be in this show. He'll be older. You know, you remember when Anakin says to Ahsoka, Ahsoka's like, "Oh, he's so cute." And then Anakin's like, "Just wait until you see what he'll grow into." Just saying. And this is also the perfect time to bring in Cad Bane. Bring in Bosk, Dengar, IG-88, get them all in there. Hell, you could even bring Daniel in for some flashbacks. They've got to do that. Daniel Logan in his flash. They showed Daniel Logan as a young Boba, where it's not that Django's just been beheaded, and we'll see like a young Boba Fett dealing with the trauma of losing his father. You know, we saw that in Clone Wars when he tried to kill Mace Windu. So we can see a lot of that. You know, we can see a lot of that stuff. So I hope we see more of that. Flipping ads. Go away. Whether it's during aggressive negotiations inside Jabba's palace or fight henchmen on the Tatooine streets, almost every Boba in the scene in the trailer features Fennec Shand at his side. While Boba's name is in the title of the series, it's clear that Fennec is also getting top billing. What's unclear is how exactly Fennec fits into Boba's new criminal organization. Is she Boba's top enforcer, his consigliere, or are they co-crime bosses? Good point. Be a power struggle. Whatever the case, Fennec isn't taking any lip from any challenges to their rule, as she demonstrates during a tense scene between the duo and Jabba's former captains, mentioning feeding dissenters to Jabba's menagerie. Sure, shut those Klatooinians up. Renaming Boba Fett's ship. Oh, God. If Boba and Fennec ever go off-world in this series, this trailer doesn't show it, but Tatooine is a big place with hundreds of miles of hot desert separate. Dude, if they go back to Mos Espa, you know where Qui-Gon meets Anakin for the first time? Oh, show us pod racing. Go on, show us pod racing. I haven't seen it in years. Seeing Anakin's pod racer in Mandalorian was cool. Cobb Vanth was driving like a bit of the pod racer, and I was like, Anakin's pod racer. But let's see some pod racing again. I mean, I'm reaching. We don't need to see it, but you know, not necessary, but kind of cool. Separating cities and smaller settlements from each other, so the duo will need Boba's infamous ship to get around. Yeah. That modified Firespray 31 class patrol and attack craft has been the subject of much debate for the past year due to Disney quietly retiring the ship's original name, which never really made sense for Boba anyway. We don't know what the ship's new name will be, but it's possible the book of Boba Fett will tell us. Yeah. Already feel the hatred down in the comment section. It's like, Jesus. No, I don't want Heineken. Go away. You go back here a minute. Okay. Jacob raging at ads. Yeah, it will always be Slave One. You're damn straight. Get ad block, Jacob. Maybe. Wait, is ooh, hang on. The goat's in the chat. Hey RJ, what's up, dude? Oh man, I tell you what, that trailer art at the end of it, I was literally just going, oh, fucking hell. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Jabba's palace. Jabba's palace beats the hell out of wandering the desert. We saw Boba and Fennec clean out Hutt's old digs at the end of Mandalorian Season 2. Now it's their permanent headquarters, and it looks like Book of Boba Fett will give us much more detailed tour of this infamous location than Return of the Jedi ever did. True. Beyond the main throne room and the dungeons below are a meeting room where Boba meets Jabba's captains, as well as a balcony at the top of the watchtower that overlooks the desert. And who knows what other secrets the palace is hiding. Bomar monks. Yes, we get to see them fully in action. The trailer opens up with a very fun deep cut in the desert. Just outside the palace walks a Bomar monk, first appearing in Return of the Jedi. These monks were actually, in fact, occupants of the palace, which was originally used as a monastery. Same as the one on planet Teth in Clone Wars 2008. After Jabba's death, the Bomar moved back into their monastery before the cowardly Bib Fortuna showed up again to run the criminal operation. Now with Fortuna was allowed the monks to move back in, and asylum really means to rule with respect. And it's like Boba's been sat there watching the Fast and Furious movies. He's just like, you know what? I don't need to kill you. Your respect is good enough for me. Like, come on, you're turning Boba Fett into the kingpin of Star Wars. I love it. He's the Wilson Fisk of Star Wars. I mean, well, that was technically Jabba the Hutt, but you know what I mean. But what exactly are like these spider monks? Well, they're actually droids powered by transplanted brains of the monks. Yeah, Bomar believe that in all enlightenment, they must cut off all physical sensation by removing their brains from their organic bodies and putting them in droids. The Bomar remove all senses that would distract their minds from reaching their full potential. I hope the Book of Boba Fett digs into this. That's true. Man, I need to read up more on the Bomar monks. I only know a little bit. Only that little bit there. There are many other alien races spotlighted in this trailer, but none get as much attention as the mysterious Ithorian who doesn't seem to believe Boba Fett has put his life as a bounty hunter behind him. Is he a rebellious crime boss Boba is trying to add to his crime syndicate, or someone who is challenging him for the throne? Whatever the case, things don't seem to go well as a fight breaks out in the Ithorian's lair later in the trailer. Aren't his men dressed a little like the Naboo Royal Guard? That's a good point. That is a very good point. Hold up a minute. Hey, dude, that's actually really close. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, that's the same kind of clothing, isn't it? That is the same kind of clothing. Fair dues. If it is, that could be dope. Mos Espa or Mos Eisley? Like, I mean, Mos Eisley's cool. I want Mos Espa. A lot of the action seems to be hanging in this Tatooine city, but I'm not sure if it's one we've already visited or another place. I think this will be new. Mos Eisley was more out in the open in a big town. Mos Espa was more out in the open in a big town. This is more like an enclosed enclave. Like this is like a canyon. You know, it's not gonna be the same. Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm gonna assume it's either Mos Espa or Mos Eisley, although I don't remember either being located in a canyon. Yeah, exactly. The trailer calls special attention to Boba and Fennec entering one specific building I've never seen before. Is this supposed to be the exterior of the Ithorian's lair? Probably. Like, most of the footage from this trailer is probably just from the first couple of episodes. Trouble eventually finds Boba and Fennec during their visit, but it's no problem for the two of the most dangerous scum in the galaxy. Like, I'm telling you, Cad Bane has to appear at the end of this first season. I'm telling you. Trandoshan, Kratunians, Aquilish, and Twi'leks, and more. Take a sip of water. That's what happens when you're talking about. Oh, I have missed doing Chosen Lives. I really have. Yeah, Johnny, I really hope we do. I really hope we see it. It would be so cool to see in live action. So cool. Because all we have right now is that fan-made version of it, and that's cool, but like I want to see Boba Fett having his arm literally torn to pieces and cutting it off and, you know, flame throwing his way out of there, crawling, stabbing, and breaking free out of there, you know? And then, oh God, I'd love it. Bringing all of Jabba's old captains under his command is a pivotal step to building his criminal empire. The trailer teases Boba's first meeting with the captains, showing just how many high-level criminals were working for the Hutt in his heyday. Jabba's circle includes Trandoshans and Klatooinians, as well as Aquilish. I missed a little bit there. Unsurprisingly, these crime bosses are skeptical about Boba, one of them even proposing that they should kill the Mandalorian and take Jabba's territory for themselves. You know, good luck with that. Good luck with that, indeed. Like, it's not like, come on, yeah, Jesus, you ain't killing Boba. While violence is inevitable, it is interesting that Boba is trying to pursue a different way in these scenes. He could just continue killing his way through Jabba's ranks and taking all the riches himself, but it sounds like he wants to do things more diplomatically. Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich? Doesn't sound like something Return of the Jedi Boba would have said. Exactly. That's that progression. That's that nuance that I really want to learn a bit more about, because, I mean, that wasn't Boba Fett. Like, so this is the evolution of him. The above quote plays over a brief shot of two Twi'lek women talking something over. Is the Twi'lek wearing all jewelry of another captain, or perhaps someone else who has risen to the power in the aftermath of Jabba's reign? It would certainly be nice to see Twi'lek women thriving after what happened to one of their own Return of the Jedi. Yeah. No surprise here. When there's a crime boss, there are usually Gamorreans to protect them. This time they're guarding Boba Fett instead of Jabba. Like, oh, God. But are we sure that... Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. I was looking down there. Yep. Gamorrean guards right here. Making that weird pig noise that they do. Tusken Raiders. Finally, we see a brief glimpse of Tusken Raiders walking through the desert. It's implied that Boba spent some time with the Tuskens before running into Din Djarin due to the robes he wears and the gaffy stick he carries before reacquiring his Mandalorian armor and weaponry. Man, I'm going to go watch a couple of those episodes after this. Like, I'm going to watch the episode that, Boba Fett comes back in and gets his armor, because that, I'll never forget watching that for the first time, and it goes, and then whack. Woo! Could we get flashbacks to how Boba survived his fate in Return of the Jedi on this show? More importantly, will Dengar still be the unexpected friend to nurse him back to health like in Legends? We hope so. Well, if the Tusken Raiders took him in, or he befriended them, I think maybe they could be key then in his survival. Like, maybe he actually fights his way out the Sarlacc pit. He's crawling and he's climbing, and he's trying to get away and not fall back down there. Like, the Sarlacc pit might be killed by Boba. Like, Boba might take it out from the inside. He might kill the Sarlacc pit, but he'll be crawling away wounded. That's why he's got all these cybernetic parts all over him. Because when Fennec Shand gets shot by, I think, Din Djarin or that other... Oh, no, you know that Han Solo wannabe? She gets shot by him. I think Boba repairs her using the same technology that healed him. And I think that could be in part to the Tuskens. Maybe they're a bit more advanced than people gave them credit for. Star Wars Underworld 2.0. While The Mandalorian was originally billed as the Star Wars show that would take us into the deep dive of the galactic underworld, Din Djarin's adventures with little Grogu quickly evolved into something else entirely. As they brought in Jedi in quest to reclaim Mandalore, instead it looks like Boba Fett will be the show to fulfill that underworld promise. Well, I mean, but Mandalorian started out with that. But once they brought Grogu in, or Baby Yoda, or the child, whatever you want to call him, they kind of went to a different level and a different direction. And I think now going forwards, a lot of Mandalorian's story is going to be about reclaiming Mandalore, owning the Darksaber, and that kind of stuff. Like, I want him to have the Darksaber, and leading that line. But Boba Fett will carry on that underworld full on, as it says here. It will really delve further into it. It's no secret that Lucasfilm has long wanted to flesh out the seedier side of the galaxy. Yeah, there was always plans for an Underworld series or movie or show, even when George Lucas was still around. Like, they always wanted to. Always. All we really knew about the criminal underworld in Star Wars was that a lot was happening on Tatooine in wretched hives of scum and villainy like Mos Eisley and Mos Espa, places run by the cruel Jabba the Hutt and his gang. And here's some Legends detail for you canon nerds. The old expanded universe of books, comics, and video games, now known as the non-canon Legends continuity, kind of annoying, went much deeper than anything fans had ever seen on screen. But George Lucas planned to change all that with what would have been the first live-action Star Wars Underworld series at the time. Yeah, see? Star Wars Underworld, and brought together some of the biggest names in sci-fi television to develop stories about the criminals and smugglers of the galaxy. Talent included Battlestar Galactica's Ronald D. Moore and Doctor Who contributors Matthew Graham and Chris Chibnall, among others. Even Russell T Davies got a call, but he turned the project down. Man, that would have been dope. Speaking of, Russell T Davies is back as a showrunner on Doctor Who now as well. So, yeah. I was rewatching some Doctor Who episodes yesterday. Exterminate. Delete. Memories. You remember the Cybermen where they just... delete. You will be upgraded. 50 scripts, 2 scenes worth of stories were developed in writer's room style, creative meetings at Skywalker Ranch. Oh, God, I would love to go there one day. Episodes not only included Boba Fett and the story of how Han and Chewie won the Falcon from Lando, but also an origin story for Emperor Palpatine that would have blamed his evil Sith shenanigans on a bad breakup. Oh, Jesus. Good God. Ultimately, the show never got off the ground because it was too expensive to make back in 2005. Then in 2012, Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney, effectively killing Underworld for good. But if you want a taste of what it might have been, some proof of concept footage for the show allegedly leaked last year. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I did a video on that. You probably shouldn't expect the Book of Boba Fett to look anything like the above, especially since it largely seems to be set on Tatooine, but it does feel like the true successor to Underworld down to the much grittier tone. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Strike First. Hey, brother, what's up? I want Starkiller Galen Marek to be canon. I really do. Like, please, some way do it. Army Man Life says, I love The Mandalorian. I'm so excited for the Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, it's going to be great. The gaffy stick is used as the toothbrush for those Tusken creatures and a weapon. It's what we call multitasking. Multitasking, my good sir. You chosen lives. Yeah, maybe. Abbas, what's up, dude? All right, let me go back a minute. Let me see if there's any other articles that I want to read. See if there's anything else. No. Okay, I don't think so. I think I've gone through a plethora of articles and I've broken it down. So now I'm just going to chill with you guys in chat. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. Okay, so let's put that full screen. These are my boys. Where is it? 1 second. Do. That's not going to work. The image. That's annoying. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. One second. Season. It's probably going to be really great. It's not really working. I'll just chill in here. Hang on. Right. Stop the screen. Okay. I'm going to chill with you guys in the lobby for a good half an hour. We can talk a little bit about it. We can discuss the nuance and the context while I down some food as well. Potato. Okay. So we get Spider-Man No Way Home, then Book of Boba Fett, then Cobra Kai Season 4. That's one hell of a month. I know. And you got Hawkeye as well. Like, nuts. It's nuts. Think we may see Smuggler's Moon, Nar Shaddaa in the book of... Oh, God, Nar Shaddaa. That's a name I've not heard in a long time. Maybe. I mean, we could see it. The Luke Skywalker moment in Mandalorian was legendary. Yeah, it was. But yeah, like we could see a lot with that. We could really delve into the criminal underworld, even beyond Tatooine. Go all in on it, fully in. Get to the point where you just, all the way, baby, all the way. But there's so much that I'm looking forward to with regards to this season. I just can't wait. I think it's going to be dope. I honestly think it's going to be great. Like, it's not going to be like, oh my God, it's blown me away. But it's going to be like, okay, this is cool. This is nuance. This is awesome. Right, I'm going to share my tab. I'm going to have my boy just sat there. There we go. There we go. There's my man. All right, leave him in the side bit there. But yeah, honestly, I think they could do a lot more with that. They could really expand upon it. I think season 1 will probably be very, very tame in terms of the story. But I think once season 1 is done and you get towards season 2, it'll really start to pick up. Instead of looking at the chat, execute order 66. I got to finish the Clone Wars, Bad Batch, and Rebels before I get to anything else. Abbas, bro, get on it, man. Get on it. Seriously, it's like 20 minutes an episode. You can burn through them like that. If anything, you don't even have to watch every episode. Just go Google filler and what's not filler and that kind of thing. But I think you enjoy it more if you watch it all. I'm glad I'm feeling better for this live stream. I was so bad on Strike's live stream on Friday to the point I was laid up in bed the whole time. Well, you're in the right place, Mystic. You're in the right place. I see. There you go. You see? There you go. Got some love from Strike there, man. Hope you're good, Strike, pal. Hope your Halloween was good too, bro. I'd be like with Rebels. All of them are good, but Rebels is the weakest show. I mean, Rebels is okay, but I just feel like it was too much. Like, they made the lightsabers like toothpicks. Like, that turned me off a little bit. But it had good moments. Like, Kanan's sacrifice. Kanan's sacrifice was so flipping sick. I was like, damn. Like, and the score's building, and then his eyes come, like, the Force gives him his eyes back, and then he dies. Then you've got Vader versus Ahsoka. You've got Maul helping Kanan and Ahsoka. Like, we were so close to Vader and Maul going at it. Maul would get creamed, but I mean, you know what I mean? It would just be fun to see. You have Maul and Kenobi fighting each other one last time. Like, the Kenobi show has to end with this image, right? Once the main story's said and done, an end credit scene of that same, that still frame, right? That still frame. Let me find it. Maul, this old Ben. Let me find it. I want to find that still frame, because that still frame is a flipping wallpaper. Honestly, it's one of my favorite jewels in Star Wars, and it always will be. Like, I know people are expecting like a really flashy lightsaber jewel, but this kind of jewel, it didn't need it. It really didn't need it. Really didn't. There we go. That right. Now imagine that shot, okay? That shot right there with Ray Park on one side, Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan in the other, and they just stand in the pose. They don't fight. They just stand in the pose, cut to black. Because you know what's going to happen. You know Maul's going to be killed. But just seeing Ewan McGregor and Ray Park in that scene, and then maybe going and watching the scene where it takes place after, like, oh my God, like, because then you can put that live action connection. And I really feel like, as great as this moment is, they should have saved it for live action. They really should have, because it's such a key moment, and I think Ray Park and Ewan McGregor opposite each other will hold so much more emotional weight than that of the animation, which is still cool, but you know what I mean. Maul's saber to hilt design was badass, though. I love the withered and ancient feel to it. Yeah, that's what I mean. It feels like an old, like, warrior's weapon. It feels so good. It's sick. I love it. I love everything about it. What do you think Ezra is going to be brought into the Ahsoka show? Probably episode 2 or 3. Kanan carried the show at times. Ahsoka and Ez were MVPs for the most part, though. Sabine is... Yeah, Kanan carried that show. Absolutely carried it. Really did. Like, I remember the when Thrawn was brought in. Oh, God. Guys, like... Oh, hang on. Let me just... hang on. Star Wars Rebels Callus. Hang on 1 second. Why is that not... Why? Hang on. Technical issues, folks. Technical issues. 1 second. Never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna say goodbye. Star Wars Rebels Callus. Okay. Yeah, man. It's so good to be doing a Chosen live again. It really is. Okay. Right. Let me go back to this. Am I excited for the Ahsoka show? Absolutely. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I'm excited for the Ahsoka show. Right. Okay. Okay. Let's bring that up. Agent Callus. This dude was one of my favorite characters in the whole thing. Like, he was so flipping good. Like, this is a redemption arc done right. This is a redemption arc done right. Agent Callus. 110%. Absolutely. But I mean, this is the one thing that I want to see more than anything. Hang on. This is the one thing that I want to see more than anything. I spelled Anakin wrong. God damn it. Where is it? Yeah, something like that. Force Ghost and Ahsoka. That's what I want to see. I just want that. That would be just... Oh, it would... Oh, God. It would hit hard. It would hit really hard. It would hit really, really hard. Ahsoka's one of your favorites. Yeah, Ahsoka's the GOAT. Hawkeye show is supposedly getting you later and maybe a Kingpin. Oh, Kingpin will be in there. He doesn't die unlike Captain Norrington. Yeah, that really annoys me. Unpopular opinion, I guess, but I'm excited for Andor, the gritty grey dude of the rebellion. You know what? Out of all the shows, Andor is the one that I'm least excited for. But I think one of the aspects of Rogue One that I really loved is the Rebels. As much as the original trilogy puts the Rebels as like, yay, we're the good guys. The Rebels win. Woo! The Rebels win. Woo! It's like, well, yeah, no. But Rogue One's like, hang on. Look at the bad stuff that they were willing to do. I mean, Andor had to kill people that were like informants and stuff so they weren't found out. Like, that's the detail of it. That's one of the things that I really, really loved about it. And I think, a lot of it has to do with the fact that even though the rebels are quote unquote the good guys, they still do things that get their hands dirty. Like, it's dope. It's absolutely dope. It really is. What's your favorite out of the sequel trilogy? It's tough. I don't have a favorite out of the three, but I have favorite moments. So anything to do with Ben Solo from all the three movies. Favorite character. Finn in episode 7, dope. And he didn't scream Rey as much. I think Palpatine's lightning boost in the cinema speakers. Oh god, it was like, none will stop the return of the Sith. Woo! Felt that in the speakers. Then you had the dyad in the Force thing. I actually like that because it's a light side user and a dark side user. It's like Bastila and Revan. It's like the canon version. It's dope. I like Snoke's death scene in isolation, but as what it serves to the story, no. But in isolation, it's cool. The soundtrack, it's always dope. Starkiller Base, the scene when Starkiller Base fires on the Hosnian system and all the other planets and the scores building, like, that's one of my favorite soundtracks of the thing. John Williams just absolutely aces it. And you'll notice the theme in Rise of Skywalker, like Rise of Skywalker's main theme, it has a lot of Luke's theme in there, Anakin's theme, Rey's theme. It has all the themes in there. John Williams knew what he was doing. He connected the dots better than any of the bloody directors. Just saying. The rebels ain't all sunshine and rainbows. Look at Sora and the partisans. They killed civilians. Yes, exactly. So the rebels, despite them being the good guys, they still got their hands dirty doing God knows what to ensure victory. And it's a Star Wars stream. I need to find my blade. Where is it? Where is my baby? Hang on. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Let me find it. Maybe it's here somewhere. Wow. Where is it? Should be here somewhere. Can't find it. And it's actually going to annoy me if I can't find it. It's like literally the perfect time to get the lightsaber. Okay, I can't find it. I'll have to skip it and do it another time. Oh well. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, the rebels aren't, goody guys. Like they will do shady business to get the job done. That's, and I like that about them. Is that I can show that. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Everything will fall. But essentially, they do what they have to do to get the job done, regardless if people like it or not, regardless if it's acceptable or not, regardless if it's right. They do what they have to do, and I'd argue that the rebels actually do more bad, shady behavior than the Empire, because if you think about it, the Empire are an established organization with a big planet-killing machine and a second one that they built like that. They've got multiple shipyards across the galaxy. The Empire's army, like to quote Ram Kota. Now, I know Ram Kota is no longer canon because he's from the Force Unleashed games, but he makes a great point. He says the Empire's army is infinite, because it is. Like, while clone troopers are superior, stormtroopers you can just replace them like that. They're like battle droids. They're dispensable. They're disposable. So you could argue that the Empire have more control and more order. So that means the rebels will be more desperate and will do more shady business to get the job done that they have to, that they got to do to get what they got to do what they got to do, that kind of thing. Imagine if they brought Voldemort back in Harry Potter sequel trilogy. He won't be back because he's gone. Now, don't bring Voldemort back. That if they continue with that Harry Potter story, I really hope they don't. But if they do not bring Voldemort back. Do not bring Voldemort back. No. I don't like no like no more. Enough. No more. I was sent something. Honestly, in the books, there are times I was rooting for the Empire during some storylines. It just perfectly blends those shades of grey. Sounds like something. Reminded me of something else there. I think you guys know what I'm on about. God. But yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely. Like it's one of them kind of things where you can kind of look at the Empire and think, okay, the Empire are this, that, and whatever. But at the end of the day, you just kind of go, okay, it is what it is. They are who they are, but the rebels will be willing to do more to get the job done. Maybe all the rebels needed some oatmeal. That's it. Yeah, they're terrorists in essence, but for a good cause. Like if black and white about it, it is true. That is the thing. It's like, I was going to the Tashi station to pick up some power converters. Oh God, yeesh. Yeah, no, don't bring back Voldemort. Then there's no defense bringing Palpatine back. Huh? I'm not defending bringing Palpatine back at all. Who said anything about defending Palpatine coming back? I'm not defending Palpatine coming back whatsoever. Palpatine coming back, like I was excited for it at first because I thought, oh my God, if Palpatine's back, the ramifications, the stakes, like Palpatine shouldn't be back. That breaks the Force. And in my mind, I was thinking, okay, Force ghosts have this rule where they can't interact with the living and they can't alter, they can't take part in events, sort of like the Watcher. But even the Watchers, he gets involved. Just saying, Disney, Lucasfilm. But essentially, I thought, oh my God, Palpatine's found a way to cheat death. So therefore, Anakin, Qui-Gon, Yoda, they're all going to be like Luke. They're all going to be like, hang on, whoa, you shouldn't be back. No fucking way. You should be dead. You should remain dead. You should not come back at all. And I thought that was going to open the door for them to train Finn, work with Rey, redeem Ben, and fight Palpatine all together. Did they do that? No, they did. They didn't. They brought him back fully, and they basically shat all over Anakin's arc. Thanks, Disney. Thanks, Lucasfilm. Clearly understand the arc of the Chosen One. And now I've seen videos saying, "Oh, what if the Chosen One was all a myth?" No, George Lucas even said it himself in the behind-the-scenes documentaries. Anakin is the Chosen One. He did bring balance to the Force. He did kill Palpatine. He did save his son. It's like Disney and Lucasfilm didn't even watch the shit that they were in charge of. It's fucking annoying. Thank God for these shows to start making it look better upon reflection. Ugh. I don't remember what happened in Harry Potter movies, so I watched them all. I need to watch. It's good to put one in every now and then. I watched Chamber of Secrets a couple of weeks back. It was like, oh, nostalgia. The Empire would have appeared as the good guys if you weren't given perspective on Palpatine. Yeah, that is true, I guess. That is true. I mean, one could argue maybe the Empire was in the right. I mean, there were one of the things that I did like about The Last Jedi was it brought to the forefront that the Jedi just talk so much shit. You know, they're the reason the galaxy is in turmoil. Like, if you want to be black and white about it, as Luke even says, it was a Jedi who was responsible for the training and creation of Darth Vader, you know, to wipe them all out. So it comes full circle. Peacock! But essentially, you know, oh yeah, same, Tristan. Same. Any of you guys ever watched Doctor Who? Anakin and Harry were the chosen ones who destroyed their Dark Lords forever. Yeah, but it's not even just about destroying the Dark Lords. Like, Anakin brought balance, and people are like, oh, but, you know, it's only Luke left. Yeah, but Luke is the balance. You know, the Jedi are gone, the Sith are gone. Luke is all that's left. And then it ends on hope and prosperity. And then Disney come in, you know, Mickey Mouse, you know, Goofy's like, oh, hey, we're making money over here. And it's like, hey, Goofy, so I've got a story for you. This is a story treatment. It's really thought out. It takes into consideration the previous 6 movies. I'm not going to do that. Here you go, JJ. Do what you want. Ryan, here you go, too. Oh, back to JJ again. Like, that's essentially what it is. That's essentially what it is. You don't like Doctor Who? Shocking. Expelliarmus. I know that's Harry Potter, but Jesus. That's shocking, Lisa. But you know, Egon from Ghostbusters, the actor Harold Ramis passed away. Oh, rest in peace. I didn't know that. Hawk's like, yeah, I don't watch nerd shit. But essentially, you know, I never watched it, but you know, I just feel like, you know, hindsight is a wonderful thing, but it's so true. Goofy impression on point. Thank you. I really want to. I watched The Order of the Phoenix last night, man. It was so good to go back to my childhood. I mean, hey, that's RJ's favorite one. Order of the Phoenix. RJ, if you're in the chat, show some love to Order of the Phoenix, yeah? But yeah, Order of the Phoenix is good. Like, I like how it opens up. It deals with, like, Harry's guilt over Cedric's death and stuff. Oh, Lisa, I'm just joking, by the way. But essentially, you know, the way Star Wars is going, it's looking bright. You know, the Kenobi show, like, oh God, I will shed a tear when Anakin and Obi-Wan are reunited on screen. Like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, come on. How can it not? How can it not? Oh, you love Matt. His Doctor's your favorite one. Nice. I like the Goofy impression. Thank you. No. But yeah, it's an interesting time. But, you know, I think I'm going to round this Chosen Live to an end. It's been a good solid hour and a half of nuance and context, and I just wanted to say that again. And yeah, honestly, I cannot wait for this show. This show is going to be dope. Like, I'm not losing my shit over it. I'm not like, but it's going to be good. You know, there's going to be a lot to like about it. There's going to be a lot to enjoy. And I really feel like it's one of them kind of situations where there's just going to be, you know, so much on the table and so much set up for going forward, which is going to be great. Oh, I did say I was going to talk about Mobius before I left. Okay, so I tell you what, before I leave, we're going to go to 140. We're going to go to 1 hour 40. I'm going to spend the next 5.5 minutes answering your questions. Can't wait for Chosen Live, the rise of the Robbie fans. Woo! Robbie 2024. I need to put context and nuance in the show. Yes, I absolutely do. What are your thoughts on Morbius? Well, I saw the 50-second look that they put out. I think it's actually going to be a pretty solid one. I think the story's going to be arse, but I think the overall movie is going to be good. And Jared Leto says, what is it? What does he say? There's a quote he says at the end of the Morbius sneak peek. There's a quote about webs. He says something. What does he say? I love the soundtrack too, though. Yeah, a web of opportunity. He says a web of opportunity. Wink, wink. Come on, we know where that's going. But yeah, like we're just gonna start to see the early days of like Spider-Man, Venom, Morbius. We're just gonna see the early foundations of it. I wouldn't be surprised if Venom's in No Way Home. I really wouldn't be. All I care about seeing my favorite Doctor playing a villain. How do you mean? He says I'm Venom or something. Yeah, he's like, a web of opportunity. He's subtly hinting and implying, Spider-Man. Come on. That's exactly what he's implying. Harry Potter fans raise a point. Yes, Mobius little fail already. Well, I mean, I think it could be surprising. It's one of them kind of things, where the movie in and of itself, like box office wise, it might not make money, but I think it could be a surprise. It could be a surprise, but we'll have to wait and see. Venom 2 was iffy, so I like everything you do, but it's good to have Chosen Lives back. Well, thank you, Lisa. I'm going to do Chosen Lives more regularly. Like, Chosen Lives are going to happen either on scheduled days or when news breaks. So let's say, like the other day, when Hayden was announced to be in the Ahsoka show, I should have done a Chosen Live there and then. So, like, when news breaks, that kind of thing. Best time to do Chosen Lives. And then Kings of Pop Culture will always be on Sunday. I think just the casual fans will see Mobius unless they make it clear Spidey is in it. Yeah, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Spidey's in it in some way, but we know Vulture's in it. So, like, this is the thing. I think they knew that integration was going to happen a while ago. They gave us Blade. Yeah, they give us Blade afterwards. The person who's making this movie doesn't have a good track record with movies. Yeah. But, I mean, that could be... Hang on. Let me get a little look. What, you mean the director or... Because, I mean, sometimes it could be a thing where the studio fucks him over. Well, Daniel Espinosa. Wait, he's got Safe House. He's got Safe House. Child 44. Life. Okay, I see what you mean. There's quite a few here that are a bit... But, have a little look. Let's go on his filmography. He's a Swedish film director as well. Easy Money? Oh, I think I remember watching that a few years back. Interesting array of films. To be honest, I don't even know who Mobius is. Mobius is a Plasmavore. One of Spider-Man's villains. But he's not... He's always been one of them characters that's not like a villain because he's a villain. He's a villain because he's a tragic villain. Like, his situation requires him to be one. It's sort of like a tragic one. But he's a part of Spider-Man's rogue gallery. Exactly. And yeah, good point. The box office don't really matter. What matters is if the audience enjoys it. That's true. I mean, remember, like, box office is one of the only ways to quantify a movie, but then it's a stupid way to do it because just because a lot of people went to see it and paid for it doesn't make it a good movie. I mean, Captain Marvel exists, just saying. Most excited for it because he's supposedly a Spider-Man villain. Yeah, he's a Spider-Man villain, yeah. Matt Smith is the villain in Morbius. Yeah, so, like, you've got Morbius played by Jared Leto, and then you got Matt Smith. Yeah, I know what you mean. But even then, like, you can't put all the blame on directors. Like, directing is seriously hard. It's not easy. It really isn't. It's a collaborative effort with so many studios. Like, honestly, I encourage everyone, to sometimes watch the end credits of a movie, not for the scene, but look at the credits and look at how many different departments work on a single movie. There's a lot of work. It's not easy. Like, I would kill for a major motion picture, to be released with a 70%. I'd be satisfied with that. I can't wait for Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm excited for it. Yeah, me too. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope. Mobius was amazing in the animated series, and he's in the Midnight Suns. Yes. And, in the 90s show, he was cool. But what they did was they changed it. Like, he doesn't want your blood. He wants your plasma. I was like, I see what you're doing. So is Morbius like Venom, where he can team up with Spider-Man eventually, but doesn't like him either? It's different because Venom and Spider-Man team up to fight Carnage, but Morbius teams up with Spider-Man because the actual character of Morbius, he's a good guy. He's a good guy that just loses his way. So he could fall into that anti-hero category, if you know what I mean. He could fall into that. He really could fall into that. He really, really could. But yeah. Lots to look forward to. I mean, fucking hell, December is going to be absolutely nuts. You got Cobra Kai Season 4, Hawkeye, Book of Boba Fett, No Way Home. Oh, gosh. Oh. Gonna love it. The 90s animated series really impacted a lot of Spider-Man's rogue gallery later on. Yes, it did. I mean, look at all the stuff that's happened with, like, Spider-Man villains. It comes down to that 90s show more than anything. That 90s show really set the foundation for everything. Okay, I'm gonna change that. Anything related to Spider-Man, I'm always interested in. Yeah. No, Morbius is a good person. Like, when he's Morbius, not so much. But the actual character of Morbius, like the guy, he's a good dude. He just loses his way because of the Morbius stuff. Hopefully Jared Leto gets his redemption for Suicide Squad and has a good performance in Morbius. I think he's gonna nail it. Like, I think the thing is with Jared Leto as the Joker, it's like like nah, get that out of there. But it's one of them kind of situations where I just feel he's gonna nail this. I think this is a role that is made with Jared Leto in mind, to the point where I think he might actually ace this, like really flip and ace it. I think there's a lot riding on his character that, in context, he'll do the job. He'll do the business. He'll do the business. And it's just one of them kind of situations where I really feel like there's a lot going for him. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings and what he brings to the table, and he will be a backdoor for people like Blade and all that kind of stuff to come in. So it'll be great. Yes, December will be great. Who wins between Venom and Morbius? Venom will just whip him up and then throw him away. There's a former Death Eater has formed an organization which is basically the Death Eaters 2.0, and he starts terrorizing Wizard Britain again. I mean, they could do that. They could do that. All right, guys and girls, thank you for tuning in to the return of Chosen Lives. It feels, like in Iron Man 2, and Tony's like, oh, it is good to be back. Like, that's exactly what this feels like. It's good to be back. Good to be back, as Whiplash would say, Ivan Vanko. But yeah, Book of Boba looks sick. I'm probably going to rewatch this stream myself just to see how well I did with the old school Chosen Live format. But yeah, so much to look forward to for December. Like, I know I'm going to be absolutely shattered because while everyone's out celebrating New Year, like, I'm going to be making videos on Star Wars, Cobra Kai, because I'm going to start to do a lot more Star Wars videos too. If I'm the chosen one, may as well start bringing in some more Star Wars content. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this was a blast, truly. Oh, thanks, Curious Crow, man. Thank you. You think Black Cat will make an appearance? That's a good point. Probably a bit too early, but you never know. You never know. I'll back at you, Cobra Kai World. You have a night too. A night. Good night too. Sorry. Oh, I'm being sarcastic. Oh, you're referencing the Palpatine thing again. They should involve American wizards more if they ever continue Harry Potter. Yeah, make it more of a global thing. More of a global thing. I can see Sinister Six with Morbius and Craven. Well, this is the thing. Before I go, with regards to Sinister Six, here's what's going to happen. In No Way Home, the Sinister Six are going to be brought in. Not all of the Sinister Six are going to stay. So Sandman will redeem and go. Lizard might go, and maybe someone else might go. So let's say you have Doc Ock, Green Goblin, and Electro, and maybe Mysterio. Like those four are still the Sinister Six, and then maybe Vulture's like, you know what? I know a guy. Then Scorpion joins them. Then Kraven joins them, and then you have different versions. Like the Sinister Six basically become the Avengers. So they'll start out with one team, the multiverse Sinister Six, and then they'll have a new incarnation. And each time there'll be new members brought into the team, or there'll be people that are switched in and out, like the Expendables. You know what I mean? It's something like that, where you kind of get to a point where the Sinister Six in No Way Home could be Lizard and Electro, Goblin and Ock, Vulture and Mysterio, and then maybe by the end of No Way Home, Mysterio's out. Vulture maybe's like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Sandman redeems and leaves. Maybe something happens to Doc Ock that leaves you with Goblin and Electro. Then maybe you bring Shocker in, or no, you keep Vulture. So you got Vulture, Goblin, and Electro. You bring Shocker in because he was working with Vulture before. You bring Scorpion in. You bring Kraven in. Shocker! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. If you remember that, I see you, King. So you see what I mean? Like they'll keep the formula. The No Way Home movie is going to introduce the Sinister Six concept, and they're going to have members that come in and out. Like they're going to keep the Sinister Six formula, but then they'll just have different members coming in. So by the end of No Way Home, you'll lose about 3 or 4 members due to story. Like either they go back to their own universe or whatever. But you keep Goblin and Vulture, let's say. Then you add in, Vulture says to Goblin, hey, I know a guy. That's when you bring in Scorpion. I know another guy too, Shocker. And then maybe you bring in Kraven in the mix. Maybe you bring in Mobius. Because remember, at the end of in the Mobius trailer, Vulture appears to him. So maybe Mobius could even be in it. Just saying. Like you'll see different versions of it. Like I'm gonna put that in my. I'm gonna put that in my thing because I want credit for that video. I'm gonna put that on my list when it's in the pad. Hey, listen, when it's in the pad, you know what's up. So Sinister Six, future, and how it will work. I'm gonna do a video on that. Boom. But yeah, honestly, Shocker, I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. Yeah, Shocker needs justice. Yeah, like, I mean, it was nice. It's like, I was surprised about this, but damn. Like, that was cool, but I want more Shocker, I want more classic kind of Shocker. Snoke in the First Order. Yeah, oh God, we're not going to do that. Snoke needs... Snoke definitely needs justice. Shocker needs justice. Him in Homecoming was not good. Now, I think it's possible Venom is the one attacking Peter in the No Way Home trailer. Maybe. I still think it's Lizard. A revolving door. Yeah, exactly, Darius. Like a revolving door. Like it's constantly changing. So sort of like the Avengers. Like, again, you start out with No Way Home. You have Ock and Goblin, Vulture and Mysterio, Lizard and Electro or whatever. And then by the end of No Way Home, you have Lizard maybe killed off. You have Electro. You keep Electro. You have maybe Mysterio basically beaten off. Like won't be killed, but he'll just be knocked out. And then it might leave you with like Goblin, Electro, Doc Ock, and Vulture. And Vulture's like, hey, we're 2 members short of a Sinister Six. And then he's like, oh, I know a guy. That's when you bring in Scorpion. Oh, I know another guy. That's when you bring in Shocker. So then you get different versions of it. So you get different teams. If you see what I mean, you get the multiverse Sinister Six. Then you get the second Sinister Six. And then maybe Green Goblin's like, look, I don't want to work with you guys anymore. Screw you. And then what you do is maybe Mobius joins the Sinister Six. And then what Norman Osborn does is he goes to create the Dark Avengers. You see? You see? You see? Man, Sony, I'll be expecting my check in the mail. I just made you millions. I mean, doesn't that sound sick? You get a multiverse Sinister Six, then you get maybe a couple of them leaving. You bring in Scorpion and Shocker. Then maybe after that one, there's a third version of the Sinister Six where, or not, like Norman's like, look, I gotta fuck off. I can't work with you lot at all. Then he goes to make the Dark Avengers, like he works with Venom and all that kind of stuff. And then Mobius joins the Sinister Six, and you have Dark Avengers versus the Sinister Six, or something like that. Like, oh, Yeah, I don't want him to be a pawn to Vulture. I want him to be his own thing. And yes, I do need to be in the writer's room. Absolutely. It's because I know how these things, I know what they're doing. I know how these things are going to go. Matt Gargan with his own black Spider-Man suit made by Oscorp, so Eddie in universe still keeps the symbiote. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. You could do that. You could have two Venoms going at it. Be better than Venom and Carnage, what they do with that. But the less said about that, the better. Sony better not. Yeah, Sony better at least slide you a free PS5 for these idea, if not a check. Yeah, I'll be expecting it in the mail immediately. Norman is Iron Patriot in the comics. Yeah, like this is the thing. Norman's going to set up the Dark Avengers, but you can't do it yet. You've got to do it at the right moment. So, for example, let me break it down. Let me write it down because I I'm passionate about this. So the Sinister Six, right? Let me write this down. Fuck it, I'll go to 2 hours. Right. So you got Mysterio, you got Vulture, Electro, Lizard, Ock, Goblin. Okay. This is your first Sinister Six. This is the multiverse No Way Home Sinister Six. Okay. You got Mysterio, Vulture, Electro, Lizard, Ock, Goblin. Then what you do by the end of No Way Home, however they do it, Lizard is no longer on the team. Mysterio is no longer on the team. That leaves you with Vulture, Electro, Ock, and Goblin, right? Because I don't think they're going to go anywhere. I think they're going to stay in the MCU. Then maybe what you do is Vulture's like, I know a guy. That's when you bring in Shocker. I know a guy. That's when you bring in Scorpion. And then maybe you could have one movie with this six together. And then what happens is maybe halfway through the movie, Norman's like, you know what? I'm not doing this. Norman then leaves. Then Norman goes to form the Dark Avengers or to do with the Thunderbolts, which is what they're doing. Because, see, Darius, you see, you know where I was going. Because you've got John Walker over there. They're probably going to have Ghost from Ant-Man over there. Like, you're going to have a lot of that, you know? Yeah, my writing could save DC. I'll be making Blue Beetle front and center. But that's the Sinister Six. You start out with Mysterio, Vulture, Electro, Lizard, Ock, Goblin. Then the events of No Way Home play out. Lizard and Mysterio, they go. Then you have Shocker and Scorpion come in. And maybe Goblin's like, look, I don't want to be in this either. I'm out. I'm going to go and do my own thing. Then you bring in maybe Mobius. That's the new Sinister Six. And then Norman goes to form the Dark Avengers. You know, you have like Norman, you have Eddie, you know, you have other characters. Like there's going to be different teams. Like you're going to have, you know, many different teams. There's so many characters now that you can't just have one Avengers team. Like you could have the Avengers, you could have the West Coast Avengers, you could have the Sinister Six, you could have the Thunderbolts. Like the Thunderbolts is happening. You're going to have Yelena in there. You're going to have Ghost in there. You're going to have Baron Zemo in there. You're going to have John Walker in there. You're going to have Abomination in there. He is 100% in there. You're going to have Red Hulk in there. So like you could even have Red Hulk fighting Abomination. Like, oh. As long as they don't screw over Red Hulk like they did Hulk, that would really piss me off. No, I'm never going to forgive that. But yeah, like I've seen people say that they think Hobgoblin is a terrible ripoff. To me, Green Goblin is by far and above the best out of the two. But I think Hobgoblin, you could, if they do it right, it can work. It can work. But essentially, that's the Sinister Six with an alternating members. And then Dark Avengers, you know, you got Norman leading the line, Thunderbolts, you got the crew I just mentioned. The stream is really good. Thank you, FaZe. Thank you. See, I've missed Chosen Lives. I miss it. Just, you know, shooting the shit, chilling with you guys. I missed it. Yeah, Green Goblin is by far and above the best, but Hobgoblin ain't that bad. Ain't that bad. But yeah, like that's how I can see it going. Like the No Way Home will introduce the idea of Sinister Six, and then what will happen is they'll dub themselves the Sinister Six, and then they'll run with the idea. They'll run with it. Like Doc Ock, I don't see him going anywhere. It's because I don't want him to go anywhere. But what's his name? Green Goblin isn't going anywhere. Electro isn't going anywhere. And yeah, those are the two that I'd say are most likely to stay out of everyone. Because what's the point in starting a whole new MCU version of Electro when you can just bring him over? Just bring him over. Then you haven't got to go through the bullshit of giving him his origin story because he's already got one. I think it would be even better if in the movie you have Electro start with his blue lightning and then you have it change into the yellow lightning. That would be sick. Imagine they focus Avengers 5 on the new Avengers and Dark Avengers. Yeah, that'd be dope. Avengers against Dark Avengers. Oh god. Oh, like you have like Captain America, so Sam, White Wolf, Bucky, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel for all intents and purposes against the Dark Avengers. That would be sick. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. There you go. I'll fill it back. Also. But yeah, like I mean that's exactly what it is. What if when the Peters go back to their respective universes, they want to go where it's more a happy place? When that's also possible. That's very possible. If it's the end game of Spider-Man, like I guarantee you, Andrew Garfield's going to go back to Gwen. She's going to be alive, 100%. Like she's going to be alive and maybe a Spider-Gwen, and he's going to be like, "Oh, we can swing together, yay!" Cheesy, but I can see it. Thunderbolts, Dark Avengers, Cosmic Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Sinister Six Avengers. That's all the teams. Yeah. Like, I do worry about oversaturation, but that's where they're going with it. And then Eternals is just kind of in there. Do you think we'll get an MCU Doc Ock and Norman, or just stick with it? Stick with the Raimi versions. Stick with them. Stick with them. Stick with them and just bring them over. Or what you could do is you bring the Raimi versions over, but then when Doctor Strange puts everything back to how it belongs, it's almost as if Norman has been in the MCU this entire time. Like it rewrites the history. That might be how you introduce the X-Men. Wink, wink. Right, Marvel, Kevin Feige, I'll be expecting my paycheck in the mail. See, I'm doing Sony and Marvel's job for him here. Like, come on. If they introduce Bullseye and Hawkeye, he could be on the Thunderbolt. Yes, but please, 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 let it be the same actor who played him in Daredevil Season 3. Please, he was perfect. Like, make that Bullseye canon. Bring him over. He was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, Ghost will be in it for sure. Green Lantern. Well, they were talking about doing an HBO show, but, Green Lantern's kind of an up in the air kind of thing at the moment. But I hope they do it right. Since Daredevil and the Netflix shows are in the MCU, doesn't that mean Bullseye already? Yeah, they were in the MCU as such, but they're not really. Like, they've kind of been loose canon, so that's what I mean. But essentially, I think Doctor Strange Multiverse will help that. Topi is helping Doctor Strange. Yeah, for sure. TCK, my brother. Chosen Lives are back in town, baby. We were just talking about Thor Ragnarok and how it's the best MCU movie. I'm joking. No, it is not. We were talking about Sinister Six and where that could go. Like, it kind of went on a lot longer than I thought. I was meant to actually end, but I'll end in 3 minutes so I can get this stream to 2 hours. Knowing the MCU, if they made MCU Doc Ock, they'll probably make a subplot about Iron Man not liking his arms. Yeah, don't do that. You see, this is what I mean. If you're going to do Doc Ock in the MCU, just bring the Raimi version over and canonize into the MCU. Like, do something with the timeline. Like in Days of Future Past, when Logan rewrites history by, with young Charles and young Magneto, and Mystique doesn't kill Senator Trask and all that kind of stuff. And it basically canonizes a new timeline. So what you could do is keep the timeline the same, but maybe certain characters like Octavius or Norman are now canon to the MCU. Their lives are now in the MCU. And then in the Spider-Man game, you have that animosity between Norman and Otto. You could play that out. Like, they could work together for the No Way Home. And then after No Way Home, they really disagree. And Doc Ock keeps going with the idea of Sinister Six. And Norman's like, hey, I'm going to go and do the Dark Avengers. Marvel, give me my check. They probably even thought of half the ideas you made. Yeah, I'll be expecting to see articles all across the week, with all my thoughts that I just put out there. Spider-Man and Daredevil versus Kingpin. Well, if they're bringing Kingpin in Avengers, it's going to happen. Kingpin in Avengers. Kingpin in Hawkeye, sorry. Wait, Jacob, some people say Avengers 5 might be called The Secret Wars. Yeah, it probably will. Speaking of Doc Ock, I hope he destroys Peter's Iron Spider suit in No Way Home. They need him to get away from the Iron Man stuff as much as possible. Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, one of my favorite scenes that they're going to do is they're going to have the Infinity War suit like fighting Doc Octopus's arms like that. That's sick. Hawkeye's going to be lit. Are you going to watch Eternals this week or this month? Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. I need to get around to it. But yeah, guys and girls, that has been this Chosen Live. I'm happy to be back. Book of Boba Fett looks fucking amazing. Looks so good. Oh, looks brilliant. But like as I said earlier on, and my voice is literally so strained from 2 hours of just yapping. This is what I mean. This is why you need a bottle. TCK, you'll know. This is why you need a bottle. Fucking hell, because at least on Kings of Pop Culture, I drink a lot through it, but there's multiple voices. With Chosen Lives, it's literally just me on my ones. But yeah, Green Goblin versus Doc Ock, egos. Yeah, keep them in the MCU. Have them going at each other. Like, I want the Iron Spider suit versus Doc Ock. I mean, after their first fight, yeah, for sure. Like, I would like that. It would add more Chosen Lives incoming. Yeah, of course. I mean, come on. I got my one on Robbie coming up soon. Didn't get the notification for some reason. Sorry, TCK. You're fine, dude. You're fine. You're fine. I wish I had a bag of Skittles today. I should have brought one. But I had my coconut ring somewhere. Oh well. But yeah, before I go though, ladies and gentlemen, look at these scripts. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Cobra Kai Season 1, Episode 1. And of course, because it's a Book of Boba Fett stream, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Love it. Love it. Love it, love it. I'm going to watch the movies while reading it, seeing how much of the stage directions were actually put in. This was an amazing stream. I love being here when I have nothing else to do. Thank you, Jacob, for the best entertainment around. Well, thank you, Mystic. I appreciate you. And I love the fact that you're Mystic Skywalker and you got Harry as your like display picture. You're like a hybrid of all the good things. Yeah, it would add to Peter's story. Like, I think No Way Home's going to have a lot of emotional pull for Peter. How cool would it be if Mike Barnes, Snake, and Dennis appear in Season 4 of Cobra Kai? Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. We should do a script read on stream. Yes, I would like that. Good night, Jacob. By the way, gaming stream tomorrow. You see, the thing is, I'm not fully tired. Oh, do I do one now? Do I do one now? Guys in the chat, do I do one now? Do I do a quick maybe hour stream? Comment in the chat. Do I do a quick gaming stream? Comment in the chat. Comment in the chat. If you want to be bad, Snake's the boy to be bad with. Absolutely. Because I was going to stream a game tonight. I'll stream a bit of FIFA. I'll probably only be on for about an hour. Because then I just want to just chill and relax. I need some sleep. Up to you. All right, then I'll stream FIFA for a bit. All right, that took a lot of persuasion. Get some sleep. Nah, I'm off tomorrow anyway. I can just sleep in. It's only one. It's only one. I'll be all right. Yeah, I'm up for it. Okay, an hour stream. I bet you go for 3 hours. Not this time. Probably gonna go for 3 hours. Okay, so guys and girls, thank you for tuning in to Chosen Live number 33. Whoo, we are back in business with Chosen Lives. Really enjoyed doing this. So when like news breaks or special news breaks, I'm going to be doing these like old school. And yeah, I've missed this. I really have missed this. The one thing I haven't missed though is it's really straining my fucking throat. Oh, that's what happens when you're yapping for 2 hours. I'm just loading up FIFA now, ladies and gentlemen. So I will see you over there for an hour. And if you aren't going to go over there and you're leaving now, then thank you for tuning into this stream. It was like the way I'll do Chosen Lives, right, is if they're relating to the topic. So Book of Boba, I try to stay on Star Wars for at least an hour and a half, just so that way it's focused specifically for the topic. And then afterwards, bit of Q&A. You know, you guys can ask me some questions in the chat before I round off. And 2 hours of badassery. So, fuck yeah. Darius, Lisa, Curious Crow, Cobra Kai World, TCK. And as Boba Fett would say, you can speak freely. Also, one thing that I loved about it is it reminds me of Kreese when Kreese is like, you can speak freely, son. It's like Boba Fett's been watching Cobra Kai. But happy Halloween also to those who I didn't see, and I hope you guys enjoyed the Halloween stream yesterday. So boom. And I will see you all in another Chosen Live very soon, because the next one is talking about our boy Mr. Robbie Keane or Robbie Lawrence. Another Robbie video. Unfortunately, it's not a video. It's a full-on Robbie stream. Oh, no, God, I'm going to enjoy that one. Jesus Christ. See you all later. And yeah, if you guys are going to go over to the FIFA bit, I'll see you over there. And remember, the Force will be with you always.